last night?
Great. I got a full 40 minutes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shayna if you're new here, and I'm here to do my 30 weeks pregnancy update. I am so excited. Tomorrow I will officially be 31 weeks and we have 9 weeks left, give or take, until we meet this little girl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. So this week's symptoms have pretty much all been acid reflux for the most part. I have actually had to take pills, which I am taking the off-brand Pepcid. It is on my doctor approved medications list, so check with my doctor just to double check, even though it is on that list, because I get mixed signals from a lot of different women saying which you can and cannot take, but I did double check, I did my research. So I usually try to avoid taking medications at all costs. I usually just suffer through it, but it has pretty much been to the point of unbearable in the past week. It's extremely hard to sleep and that really sucks. But once I do get to sleep, I've actually slept fairly well. Trying to get comfortable up until the end of this week. I had lightning crotch last night. I had lightning crotch for the first time in 4 or 5 days. And then right down here, it's been pretty sore lately too. I'm not really sure if that's from lifting things or just walking and all the extra weight, because that's what we're going to get into. I feel like I have definitely gotten bigger. I feel like I've popped more. Baby girl has also dropped. I am carrying a little basketball on me, which a lot of people think I'm even having a boy because I'm perfectly round. Definitely has dropped. She has been low my entire pregnancy, but she's even lower now. Where if that happened because I was having Braxton hicks contractions for the very first time. I experienced them on Tuesday morning. I woke up feeling really weird. I was sore, kind of felt uncomfortable. She was moving around a lot in the morning. Like I could literally feel her moving from one side to the other, which isn't typical for her in the mornings. So it was kind of weird. And then I got in the car to go to work and I started to feel a little bit crampy, and I was like, okay. And I got to work and it got worse, and down here got really tight and really, really hard. And I was experiencing a lot of cramps. I felt like my cycle was about to start and it was pretty intense. It wasn't painful, but it was really annoying and I had no idea what it was, and that could just be ignorance on my part, just not thinking. But I assumed that maybe it was because she was moving a ton and I was just really sore, or she was in a weird position. And I mentioned it to my coworker because she was like, girl, what is wrong with you? And I told her and she was like, honey, those are Braxton hicks. And I instantly got a smile on my face because it was really annoying and it was nowhere near enjoyable, but it just made me super excited and happy that my body is preparing itself for labor and we're just one step closer to bringing her into this world and to meeting her and to me physically holding her, not just in my stomach, but actually seeing her beautiful face. It made me extremely happy that I was experiencing that. So it wasn't pleasant. It lasted for about 30-45 minutes. It kind of just subsided. It wasn't too bad, but that was my first ever experience with them. So now I do know what to expect and what to look out for in the coming weeks. I know that they gradually get worse and more intense as we get nearer to labor. And now that I am 9 weeks away, I am 31 weeks, we're getting closer. So baby movements, like I said, she was moving a lot Tuesday morning, but Monday night and in the evening, she was moving more than I ever felt her before. Now I do have an anterior placenta and I go into detail about that in my other pregnancy updates, as well as on my blog page at shadesofshay.org if you want to check that out. It has tons of details on there week by week. If you want more information, you can find that there. As Monday evening into the night, she was moving like crazy, like moving from this side to this side, kicking me like this 20, 30, 40 times in a row. She's never done that before. It was highly intense. I was feeling her. She was kicking the crap out of him. It was super weird. I can feel her moving from like actually moving positions. I think it's because she's getting bigger, so I'm able to feel her movements more prominently. She's getting stronger, so see her bulging out. She favors my right or left side down here at the bottom. It's where she usually is, and you can see my like a round piece sticking out of my stomach. I felt her a couple times kick up here in my ribs, whether that's her arms or her legs, because I don't know what position she is currently in. She was breech at my 20-week anatomy scan, and I have not had a scan since. I am supposed to have one 3-week appointment, so in about 2 weeks, I should be seeing where she is. Felt her right here a little bit in my ribs, flutter, not much. She doesn't sit up here, she sits really low, but she will move or like flail a little bit. Monday night was the most intense that I felt of her movements. The rest of the week has been normal as far as what she would typically do. My gestational diabetes diagnosis, I have come to accept it, whether or not I like it or not. I go into more details about it last week's video that I did, so you can check that out there. Taking my sugar every morning and 2 hours after every single meal. It was sporadic for the first week, but this week I've been very diligent with it. So far, it has only been over a couple of times, over 30 points. But it just depends on what I eat to change my diet, which as far as I know, I still don't have to. But if I eat too much of one thing or too much of like carbs or sugar in one sitting, that's typically when my sugar would be higher. I can have those in moderation, or one snack or carb at this meal and then the next one with the other. So like, for example, don't do a bunch of fries and salt and bread plus a Coke with it. Like, choose one or the other, and then have a Coke with a less carb meal or with less of a sugary snack, if that makes any sense. And that's pretty much it. I've also been seeing hunger like crazy. This only a couple days out of this week, I feel like I've been a bottomless pit. I can eat so much. So I think baby girl is going through a major growth spurt, which is completely normal. She's gonna be using these next couple weeks to grow and fatten up and get ready to come out. So yeah, that is everything on my list for today. I'll show you guys my bump. But you can see my Easter. So there she is. Tell you I'm round like a basketball. But that is all that I have for this week, and I will see y'all next week.